If you're a beginner coming into pickleball, no paddle sport experience at all, don't worry. You'll greatly benefit from these starter exercises. They'll improve your hand-eye coordination and you'll begin to understand how to manipulate the pickleball. I'm Joey. What's your name?
Barbara.
Barbara, and this is your first time playing pickleball?
Yes.
Then we really don't even have to go on the courts because it's about getting paddle control, the right technique, and let me show you right now. The first thing we're going to do four hands to start out. We're just going to roll the ball. Just like that. Can you roll the ball? And we want to just do four hands to start out. And then we can bring it back and roll it. Right? And it's a nice smooth motion, right? Deliberate.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not chopping. It's not choppy. And see that ball stays on the paddle. Yeah. So now we're going to do some backhands, and it's nice not to switch that grip too much, right? Something to think about, and this is a good drill to make you think about it, right? Especially if you're new to pickleball. Why am I having my client roll the ball, right? I want them to experience control. What does it feel like to really control that ball on the paddle? Because the pros really hold the ball on that paddle a really long time and they can do a lot more with it. Also, my client chose a grip, right? When they roll that ball from the forehand to the backhand, what are they realizing? They might have to change slightly, so they're figuring this out right now opposed to like 3 months down the line. I really don't switch grips a ton between my forehand and backhand. I'm just shaking hands with it. So just shake hands with it.
Okay.
And we're kind of just seeing what feels good with us. Try to roll it with the backhand. That's forehand. So the backhand, we're going more this way, right? With backhand. So we're going to roll it that way. Yeah, right? And see how she moved her wrist so much. But when we're dinking, we want it more locked, right? So I'm rolling it. See how I'm not moving my wrist too much?
Right.
Try that. So backhand.
Okay.
And see how she's holding it and it's kind of like this? See how I'm holding it and it's just real nice and loose. That's what we want, nice and loose.
Okay.
Try the backhand again. Better, right? Better,
yeah.
Right? We rolled the ball. How do you like pickleball so far?
It seems pretty good.
I might lose a client. Let's keep going. Paddle control. We're going to bounce it. So you have a ball.
Yeah.
We're just going to bounce it. Just like this. See if you could do it. Better. Better. Now, is your wrist too loose when you make contact?
Loose,
I have a pretty loose wrist, but when I make contact, I'm firming it up a little more. So I would try that.
Okay.
Firm, yeah, better, right? Better, that's okay. And for you, I would just stick on this, right? And keep trying to bounce it. Better, right? She's firming up that wrist right when she hits it. My mom, like some other beginners, are wiggling the wrist, right? Wiggling instead of keeping it horizontal and bouncing it. Simple tip to help you improve paddle control. What I advise for progressions, keep doing the skill. Once you master it, go on to the next one. So this is the next progression. And I'm really flipping it over. And if that's easy, we could do this. Oh. Try that. Try to hit it on the side. You did it the first time. That's my mom. Let's address the elephant in the room. Did I charge my mom for the private lesson I gave her? Yes. That's really good, and we're going to continue to progress. This is a fun one, and this gets your body movement involved. Can you do that?
I don't think so.
Try it. Like Michael Jackson. Better. Another iteration I'd recommend for paddle control is bounce it, let it hit the ground, bounce it, let it hit the ground, bounce it, let it hit the ground. I like that song. She has good genes because she's my mom, and let's keep progressing to on-court activities. We still don't need the paddles. Put the paddles down. Throw me the ball underhand. Beautiful, right? But we want it to bounce in the kitchen, so try to make it bounce in the kitchen. Catch it. Better. Good. Moving from low to high is so important in pickleball, and having someone throw the ball like that is pretty much mimicking a dinking motion, and I recommend it. I recommend it very much. The next progression, you could put a paddle in your hand. Now the other person is still throwing, and we're going to do the same thing, but we have a paddle in our hand now, and keep in mind what we were doing with the table. A nice smooth motion for rolling. Here we go. You're still underhanded to me. Ready? Start it low, underhand it. Nice constant motion. pretty darn good. Try that again, and then we'll go to the next progression. Next, we're going to both put the paddle in our hand and dink. These progressions will make you a better player. They really will. And progressions really help you build on what you learned last. So we're practicing dinking. I would drop the ball on the ground and just practice forehands first. So that looks actually really good. I'm very impressed. And as you do it more, you'll move your feet a little less. That looks pretty good, and you don't need a friend to practice with. Barbara, as you get better, you can practice your volley. So we're not going to let the ball bounce now. So come a little closer and pretend you're at the kitchen line and hit the ball out of the air. But you can drop the first one, then hit the ball out of the air following. Try not to swing. Let's see how she does. This is the first take, and God, it was. That was the first time she ever practiced volley. So if you're at home, don't feel bad. That's why I did it. At least I don't look bad. My mom does. Ready? Drop the ball and try to volley. Beautiful, better. Now drop the ball, but go a little closer to the wall and try to volley the next one. Don't let it bounce. Better, better. I'm very impressed. Really good. Check out this video, it was so good. Now Barbara is an absolute beginner, so I wouldn't go to any more progressions with her at this point because of that dink. But if you are an intermediate, I'm going to have more progressions. If you're a 5-0, I'm going to have more progressions. We're going to keep the videos coming, and don't forget to have a good day.